this channel, we learn to see through manipulation, have fun doing it. There's some crazy stuff with Meghan and Doria, and we have a very special guest, RHR Jen.
Hi. I was afraid you were going to say a very crazy guest, but that too. Hi, Dylan. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you so much for coming. And we have some really interesting details that haven't been covered in a lot of places with the interaction between Meghan and her mother, Doria.
Yeah. So there's music for the first 10 seconds, so I'm going to mute that. And then when they start talking, I'll unmute. Would you like me to just hit play first, and then you tell me when you want to pause?
Sure, yeah. Maybe we could play it through quick, and then we'll go through it and get the little details.
Sounds good to me. Here we go. So it's muted now, and it will be for the first 10 seconds. Sorry.
Perfect.
Let's see. Here we go. Oh, no. I apologize. That's the wrong video. Give me 1 second.
I've been wanting to show Leo's chewing anyway, so I'll show you
okay.
to get it ready.
I've got it whenever you're ready.
Look at his face. Every time he thinks he's doing something wrong, he looks up. Like I say, Leo, and he's like, huh? What? Not me. Okay.
Hi, Leo. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. So, okay, so first 10 seconds is muted. And then, let's see. Here we go.
The passion fruit comes up.
It's good without.
Yeah.
It's really good without. Because once you get to the bottom, it tastes all the banana. Is that a look of joy? I was like, and
I'm muted.
Dun dun dun. My mom has nothing
I'll tell you when I'm done.
So.
Oh, sorry. Okay, got it.
No problem. So, first of all, and then we'll go through it bit by bit. Doria to me comes off like scummy. I don't know. I just get like a weird, bad vibe from her.
There are allegations that go with what you're saying, so there's something. I'm with you. The vibe I get is not friendly. Not friendly.
Yeah.
Not friendly, not personable, yeah.
Yeah, she just seems like,
well, kind of like Meghan, right?
Yeah,
Meghan pretends to be friendly, but I don't think Doria's pretending.
I think Meghan's mean, but more refined. But
maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Doria just seems like she's got a questionable past. Like, she had a daughter, then disappeared for forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I did read the book Revenge, where he kind of goes into that. He doesn't say where, but there are speculations as to where. And
yeah.
But
so, yeah, that's the first impression. I guess then, do you have anything else, or we could go through it bit by bit a little bit?
Well, I know a little bit, if that'll help fill in some of the backstory. So, this happened right on the heels of the Dr. Sophie allegations. Some serious allegations lobbied from Dr. Sophie at Harry and Meghan involving the ist words that get thrown around, But so I think it's interesting that we haven't seen Doria for a little bit, and she's brought out for this. I thought that was one interesting point. Another thing is, to me, it seems like Meghan, even though I think it's all an act, I don't think Meghan cares about anybody but herself, seems to be wanting Doria's opinion. Doria seems to be withholding it. Again, you and I are friends, Dylan. So if you invited me on your show and was like, Jen, give me a reaction, I'm not going to be like, well, I don't know. This is mother and daughter. You think if anybody has a reason to be over the top, like, this is the best thing I've ever tasted, it'd be that.
Yeah.
Like, if you had your mom on the show, wouldn't she be like, Dylan, you're the best?
Oh, absolutely.
Because she's your mom. Yeah, that's what they do.
Absolutely.
Even if you're not the best, she's going to think and say you're the best. You don't get that here. I just think that's an interesting dynamic.
Absolutely. And speaking of, with all the allegations with Harry, her pulling out Doria, you're also going to see with Meghan pulling out some old photos of her, which we're going to cover on your channel probably right after this.
Would you like me to pop it on screen real quick in case they don't know what you're talking about?
No, because they can see it on your. Okay. I'm doing a little shout out, but it's this Girl Scout thing. Yeah.
Yes. I'm RHR Jen.
Yeah, so I think
find me there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, RHR Jen. All right. Yeah, I guess. And then last I'll say about Doria before we play it again. Again, I feel like I'm pretty good with reading. My channel's about reading people. Doria, again, I think she seems like an opportunist, and that's why she's still around Meghan. She's probably willing to go with the flow with anything because it's an opportunity. I just get the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she's Leo. No, look at his face. He's eating my juggling ball. It's so funny. He makes that face. He's not
like
gonna do it again.
Toddler that's been caught in the cookie jar or something.
No, Leo, no. That face. Just very bad vibe from her.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I'll hit play again if you want. I'm gonna do it without the sound, and then again. Here, let me back. Here we go. Sorry. Back it up. Here we go. Okay. So no sound first 10 seconds, and then we will hit play on that. 7, 8. Okay, I think it's here. There you go.
The passion fruit comes up.
So I zoomed in because I thought you might like to see Doria's face.
Yes.
Again, if I'm a guest in your home, Dylan, or if I'm just your friend visiting, even if I was like, ugh, I'm going to smile at you and say, this is great, because it's a friendly thing to do.
Yeah. You gotta figure she doesn't like it, obviously. No, Leo, no. And she obviously doesn't like it. And doesn't like hide it at all. But I guess like mother, like daughter, Meghan does a little better. She's like, and then does like her like grin. But Doria is just like, what is that?
Can't be bothered to even fake it. Yeah. You know what's just occurring to me? I wonder if Doria realizes in this moment, if we're right, I'll allege all our opinions. If we're right and Doria's being used in this moment because of reasons.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's like, well, Meghan needs me more than I need her. So she just, you know what I mean? Like, it just hit me. Like, I wonder if it's that. Interesting dynamic at play. I'm going to hit play though. Here you go.
Yeah.
It's good without too.
It's really good without. Because once you get to the bottom, it tastes all the banana. Is that a look of joy?
So Meghan's saying it quietly. She's saying, is that a look of joy?
Yeah, exactly.
Doria's face.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. She looks like she doesn't want to be there. She's tired. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hitting play.
I was like,
and muted.
Dun, dun, dun.
But hey, Dylan, did you see that? That's interesting to me. If it were anybody else and you put your arm or whatever, you pretend to shove your friend or your mom or whoever, it's a joke. But with her, with Meghan and Doria, I think there's always something. Do you feel like there's something to that? Like,
yeah. They're not as comfortable because, I mean, Doria didn't raise her. Like, the evidence is there.
You have to say allegedly, yeah.
Oh, allegedly. But
because Tom Bauer even dances around that one. There's a big reason why he dances around it. So allegedly, right?
All right, allegedly. All right, well, allegedly, but I'll say we have the photos. She's always with the front. There's very little of her with Doria. Even now when she's trying to push that, there's her and the Girl Scouts trying to push a new narrative. Mm-hmm. Doria's nowhere to be found. Mm-hmm. Her mother, Doria Ragland. What a name, Ragland. That's, I don't know.
Yeah. That's something.
Doria Ragland.
Hidden play.
I'll tell you when I'm done.
So that to me is the part that really sends shivers up my spine, which says, I'll tell you when I'm done. That's not a friendly, like, oh, Dylan, let me finish this verse. It's so good. Hold on. That's different than I'll tell you when I'm done.
Yeah, that's like, I don't really like this. Yeah, like, I'll tell you when I'm done. Like, oh, I'm still judging it.
That's a Disney villain or something.
Yeah. It's so funny, though, how she's so different from her father, who gave her tons of praise, where Doria's withholding it. And, maybe she does want some approval from her mom. You know, maybe she has, like, is that a smile of joy? Like, I don't know if that didn't sound as aggressive as, like, and Sussex as a correction. It might have
Yeah.
been like a leading statement. Like she really wanted that
Yeah.
approval. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to hit play again? There you go. Oh, sorry. You don't want that music. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if it rewinds, we could just keep it there.
That's it for the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about I put
mean,
it on mute? I'll just hit play in the background. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Sure, yeah, because see that where her back is to Meghan too.
Oh,
that
yes. Because
right?
she knows they're recording, right? I'll back it up.
Yeah.
There you go.
And she's not particularly doing anything. It is just like the back kind of disinterest. Again, I don't think Doria's that interested in Meghan. Again, maybe that's where Meghan got it. You know, Meghan allegedly seems to have like some narcissist sociopath tendencies. There probably is there's definitely a genetic component because people always turn out differently even with similar backgrounds. I think that could be Doria. That's from her. Her father's obviously super compassionate, maybe to a fault. You know, I don't want to blame him for what's happened, but I think he's been taken advantage of a lot by his daughter, by Doria, whatever she was. I don't know if they're ever married, but you know, same kind of thing. Like Doria found this guy who was more successful. To me, it seems like allegedly she's a person who's never really worked, like for real. Like they try and put in the background, like, oh, she was a social worker. It's like not really. You know, it's like revisionist history. I think she's just kind of like hanging out. You know, like kind of like a hippie. Who just like I've met people like that. No offense to hippies, some work, but you meet some of these people like older, like party hippie people, and you can just tell they've just never stopped. They never kind of started being an adult. I get that vibe from Doria. She just hung out with Thomas Markle for a little bit, got supported, had a kid, and then went out and hung out more, didn't care.
I think she's a yoga teacher too, so maybe, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a job. I'm sorry, yoga teachers watching, but no, like she's done like little like side hustle type. You know what I mean? Like not a real. You know, I'm open to things. Being yoga teachers great, but you know, teaching a yoga class a couple times a week. You know, like again, she's done little things. I don't think she's ever done stuff that like truly would support a life. You know, like there's all these yoga teachers who just teach a few classes. They make less than minimum wage. Unless you're running a studio, that's not really a full-time job. I love yoga, by the way, but just I wouldn't say it's the yoga teachers I know, but I don't consider that like a supporting yourself job unless it is, but I highly doubt that. You know, and again, it's like I think that's like when you're trying to hammer together a resume. Like, oh, she did a little of this, a little on that, you know, whatever.
Okay. Do you want me? I can hit play again.
Oh, no. I think we're good. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think it's interesting. I think there's definitely a weird dynamic there. I think you're onto something like mother, like daughter. I don't think either are particularly friendly, but at least Meghan cannot fake it well. I'm not saying that, but at least she tries to fake it. Doria's not even trying to fake it. So. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, she just doesn't care. I mean, that is one thing I'll give her, you know, and I'll say she's pretty unbothered. Like, she seems like she doesn't care that much what people think.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh, whatever, like, doesn't care really, the camera's there. So that is definitely a difference. I think she might be really selfish, but I don't think she's as very driven by attention like her daughter.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And again, I'll say allegedly, I could be wrong about the way she is with like her, but I just feel strongly about that. Just my intuition. I tend to be pretty good at that. Like I just remember, it's kind of interesting. It shouldn't be this way, but sometimes if someone just reminds you of someone else, like, and you don't know why, the parallels are there. She really reminds me of this woman who I used to go. There was this cool library in Florida. And there was this young kid who was super smart. And then his mother, who, by the way, is totally opposite looking than Doria. So people, you know, it's not like a looks thing or anything like that. But you could just, the mother was just kind of off. You could just tell, like, you know, that I'm sure there was a divorce, and you know, she didn't work. You could just tell she was just kind of weird,
Yeah.
and like, you know, you could tell she's just been partying and whatever, and you could just tell. And she was always just hanging out. And Doria just gives me that same vibe so strongly. Like as soon as I see her, it's like, oh, she's like, I just
Yeah.
feel the same vibe from her, which is why I think that.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And again, people like that, they'll cobble together an explanation. Like that woman's like, oh, I'm an energy healer, or I sell bracelets. But again, I am not one of those people, oh, get a real job, blah, blah, blah. If you're
No.
really doing it, that's great.
Sure.
But not doing it, saying I'm a yoga teacher when you teach a class or two here and there, or
Sure.
you sell a bracelet or two, that is not. Like I didn't say I was a YouTuber until I was doing it every single day, full time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you say, hey, I sell bracelets, and you're out there doing it every single day, yeah, that's
Sure.
it. Yeah.
I get it. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Dylan. I appreciate this. This is fun.
Yeah.
I'm Jen at RHR Jen. If you guys want to check out my channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks so much for coming, Jen. And we'll be covering the Girl Scout. Or no, well, Meghan claims it's the entrepreneurship picture on Jen's channel. Should be up really soon. Yeah.
Thank you, Dylan.
All right. Bye.
Bye.